that, you know, they are
Mercedes,
basically...
we're just going to jump in here because Minister Kenney's just started to speak. Let's listen in.
And he will be happy to take your questions. If you have a question, please indicate to me and I will recognize you. Minister, please proceed.
Thanks very much. Bonjour. Canada, as you know, is maintaining the highest levels of immigration in the developed world. We are also receiving more resettled refugees than any other country per capita. In order to maintain our tradition of openness and public support for it, it's important that we reinforce the integrity of our immigration system. Today, I'm here to announce further measures to do just that. In the last election, our government committed to improvements to speed up the removal of dangerous foreign criminals from Canada, and that's what this act will do, the act for faster removal of foreign criminals. These changes have, as you know, in the past few weeks, I've announced a number of changes to our immigration system, which have two broad objectives. Firstly, to make immigration produce better economic results for Canada's economy and to improve economic prospects of newcomers, while secondly, strengthening the fairness, integrity, and security of our immigration system. Now, to maintain public support for our generous immigration and refugee programs, we must constantly demonstrate to Canadians that our system is based on the consistent application of fair rules, and that those foreigners who may pose a threat to our public safety are not welcome in Canada. That is why I just introduced a new bill in the House of Commons, the Faster Removal of Foreign Criminals Act. Dans cet esprit, nous venons de déposer un nouveau projet de loi à la Chambre des communes
a bill to the House of Commons on the faster removal of foreign criminals. By proposing this bill today, we are meeting a long-term
commitment to make action on a problem afflicting our immigration system. Measures in this bill will close some of the loopholes that allows individuals found inadmissible to Canada to remain in this country long after their welcome has worn out.
Legislation will increase our ability to protect Canadians from criminal and security threats. At the same time, we're also strengthening our immigration program and facilitating entry for low-risk visitors who mean Canada no harm. These tough but fair measures will ensure that foreign criminals won't be allowed endlessly to abuse Canada's generosity. Canadians believe that even foreign criminals should get their day in court, but they shouldn't get endless years in court delaying their inevitable deportation. They should get due process, but they shouldn't be able to abuse our generous process. It's time to send a clear message to foreign criminals. If you commit a serious crime in Canada, we are going to send you packing as quickly as we can. Parallèlement, nous renforçons aussi notre...
At the same time, we'll be strengthening our immigration program and facilitating entry for some low-risk visitors. These tough but fair measures will ensure that foreign criminals won't be allowed to endlessly abuse our generosity. So the message is clear. If you're a foreign criminal who has committed a serious offense here in Canada, we will remove you from Canada as soon as possible. There are many examples of convicted criminals who have been abusing our system. Murderers, drug traffickers, fraudsters, child abusers, and thieves, some of whom were on most wanted lists.
Deportation from Canada for years and sometimes a decade or more. Murderers, drug traffickers, fraudsters, child abusers, and thieves, some of whom find themselves on our most wanted lists. Let me give you just a few examples so you understand how important today's bill is. Zhou Weiwu, born in China, came to Canada as a student and gained permanent residency in 1990. Over the next 2 decades, he went on to be convicted of a series of crimes, including attempted theft, dangerous operation of a motor vehicle, criminal harassment, assault causing bodily harm, break and enter, fraud, the list goes on and on. He served time for each of these convictions, and by 2008, he was found inadmissible, and a removal order, a deportation order, was issued. Under the current rules, he was able to appeal this order. His appeal took almost 2.5 years before being dismissed. Mr. Wu then disappeared after failing to show up for his pre-removal interview. The CBSA posted his information on its wanted list last summer. He is now wanted, in addition to that, by the Peel Regional Police in connection with the kidnapping last year of 2 men in Mississauga. He's still at large. He shouldn't be. He should have been deported years ago, in which case those kidnappings would not have happened. But instead, wrongly, he was allowed to stay and to victimize more Canadians. Voici un autre exemple. Patrick Octave de Florimont est arrivé comme résident permanent de...
Here's another example. Patrick Octave de Florimont arrived as a permanent resident from Guyana in 1994. Within 2 years of his arrival, he was convicted of a serious crime, assault with a weapon. In the following years, he was convicted of 2 more crimes, theft and possession of a narcotic, assault, proliferation of threats, 5 possession of crack, and he was declared inadmissible in October of 2006.
You were listening to Jason Kenney talking about the faster